For the longest time, when it came to anime, I was in a bubble. I really didn't follow any YouTubers that prioritize anime content. I barely kept up with any internet conversations following the medium, and it was really something I enjoyed on my own time. When I got off work or not hanging out with friends in my spare time, I watch anime, along with other movies or shows when Hollywood was good. And there's really only one friend I personally know who actually watches it as well. I know since 5th grade, outside of my brother, who I can avidly discuss it with. So I was highly unaware of this Taurus element of new fans slowly creeping in, adding off the wall commentary and talking points to the conversation of anime. Not how cool or interesting this new story is with this new character, or how funny the common tropes are in anime, not meant to be taken so damn seriously, or who's your favorite girl in this series. Not how fun anime is, but how problematic it is. One recent example of this is when an ex-user commented on the series Haruhi, saying it's an anime from the 80s that's called I Got Reincarnated as Diddy, yada yada yada. And even if you never watched this clearly doesn't look like an anime from the 80s, but he admitted to being 15, so that comes as no surprise. And he got heavily roasted in the comments, which I believe to be well deserved, because shame and ridicule needs to make a comeback. With this comment, I think summing it up very well. The Dragon Ball avatar checks out. Now, I know I'm generalizing because not everyone who has a Dragon Ball avatar would say something as foolish as this, but it's also not surprising at the same time, if you know what I mean. And that's something I've also noticed, that a lot of people who are only fans of like DBZ or Naruto, let's say, aren't necessarily anime fans, if that makes sense. So when certain tropes present themselves that aren't so prominent in those genres, it always causes World War III when they come across them. And another recent example of an anime causing people to go insane is from the latest episode of Apothecary Diaries. Spoiler alert, it's with Mao Mao and Jinzi about to have their hinted moment of romance, which some people are getting upset about, and with this Asian user's post of fan art that looks good to me, but some people just can't help themselves. Like this user saying, I don't care if they're canonically and morally safe in terms of age difference. Side note for those that don't know, these characters are actually within like 1 year age difference, I think, or at least 2 years, but that's not going to stop people from moving the goalposts and reaching, but continuing. The intentions of this art is so clear, and no one should be given 80k likes or drawn these in the first place. Japan will forever have a PDF problem unless they stop upvoting ish like this. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but people are so obsessed with labeling everything PDF content that they are now going to the lengths of saying a tall man who dates a short girl is guilty of such. And I don't even have the words to describe just how silly this is. And he tries to defend himself, but just makes it sound even more silly. And here's an ex-user who goes by Madam Savvy. Shout out to her. Her content's pretty good. And she said, maybe you should just F off and go volunteer for a group that helps actual child victims, of course they never do that, of actual crimes instead of complaining about height differences in fiction. Not that it should even matter, but my husband and I share a greater height difference than shown here, and I'm built like plank. She probably means some Ed and Eddie, I'm assuming. Does that scare you? Is that morally bad? And he responds, that's not my point. I don't care about the height difference itself. If the art is drawn out with a visually emphasized height difference, that's when the intent becomes obvious.
What?
And another user saying, Mao Mao is 5'1" and Jinzi is 5'11". I know many adult women who are similar height, and I'm in North America, I think this user means, where people are generally taller than Asian countries. He responds again, it would have been fine if the height wasn't emphasized into a ridiculous difference. Her torso is literally smaller than the guys. The intent behind the drawing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I can't sometimes, but the comments he has received of people highlighting the stupidity of all of this goes far. And shame and ridicule is necessary for these types of takes because people are searching far and wide to label anything and everything a fiction. I remind you, PDF content. Guys, small petite women exist. Not every girl is 6 feet tall or has double D's.
Hey, Double D!
Just thinking off the top, I'm sure it's on a lower percentage of women that actually have double D's, which is why when you see them, you think, damn.
Cock in the hen house. Cock's in the hen house. Don't say cocks.
And like I said, for the longest, I didn't know any of this was taking place until it made its way to me. Now, some of you may know I have an existing base from doing music, and often I would do live streams, whether playing Zelda, Super Smash Bros. Let me know we can get it in on my next live stream, Nier Automata, and once in a while I would do an anime specific live stream because I would make AMVs out of my music. And as I mentioned in my Anime is Fiction Not Reality video, there was one instance where I did a waifu tier list and was ranking Sailor Mars. And as I said in that video, someone chatted telling me to be careful, you know she's underage, don't get caught slipping. And this left me confused, like who are they talking about? Before it became clear they were referring to Sailor Mars. And it left me like, huh? With my chat making me aware like, yeah, this is a new thing now. Like this is a conversation that surrounds anime. And I was truly puzzled, like who watches anime like this and perceives these made up characters like they're real people? It just caught me off guard, giving me a warning like I got pulled over by the police or something. But I wrote it off like this is just an isolated instance. No way is this a common thing. Surely people understand when watching anime. They know this shit isn't real.
It's not fucking real, right?
And boy was I wrong. Now that instance was back in 2019, maybe 20, it's kind of hard to recall. But from there, I started doing anime rap recaps. Basically, I would make songs summarizing the plot of stories, and some of you may have come across YouTube shorts of mine doing so. And for season 2 of Mushoku Tensei, y'all probably already know where I'm going with this, I decided to make a song for each episode of part 1 season 2.
Gaining a quick name by taking these side quests while he's going hard training his chest and biceps. As him and Sarah now getting closer, he's working to maintain his composure.
And golly, was there always a war in the comments of random people, sometimes the same avatars, just stirring up drama like whoever watches this is a PDF, this is PDF content, how could you support this? While other fans would get pushback saying it's fiction bros, calm down, which would make them go even harder. And then one of my shorts got 1 million views for the anime After the Rain.
She was a track star but no more from an injury. The last time she ran, well it seems like a century. Working at a diner as a part-timer, crushing on her boss even though she's still a minor.
And some were saying the same rhetoric. And for those that don't know, the plot is about a girl who works at a restaurant and has a crush on her boss. She's reluctant to let him know because she's a minor, and he's just a clumsy, clueless guy who has no idea and just focuses on being a manager on a day-to-day. But that alone was enough to cause people to just have breakdowns in the comments like, this anime sounded good until I heard she was a minor. What is up with Japan? Why does everything have to have PDF content? And I'm like, guys, just watch the anime. It's actually really good and wholesome. Just give it a chance, you know, pump the brakes, chill a little bit. But it's hard to convince people once they have their minds made up. And even with Sasaki and Peeps in the comment section, why does this anime have so many lollies? I was cool until the girl said she was 16 and dude was like 40. Why does anime have to be like this? And I'm not going to explain this plot. It's pointless at this time. And most people in the comments were cool about it. Like, my focus back then was just making cool, safe content. I wasn't giving my opinions out that much as I am now. But it's like, no matter what I did, there will always be people just hijacking the comment section and just calling everybody PDF who even dare to like certain animes. And it just was puzzling to me. And I just asked myself, where did these people come from?
Where do all these guys come from?
And I felt like Yuji regaining his consciousness from Sukuna, getting back out of my bubble of anime and looking at the landscape as Yuji did, like, what the hell happened to anime? Just watching before me, what the hell happened? And all of this has led to me becoming aware of people who are obsessed with demonizing anime yet continue to watch it. And this is what also made me aware of the whole situation with Chibi Reviews, where because of his anime takes or anime taste, there are a section of anime fans who constantly send him death threats and make every content or conversation they have revolve around him, fantasize and take pleasure about unaliving him themselves. They doxed him, harassing his family, and I think he said they desecrated, or at least wishing they could, his brother's grave. Like, this is some sick shit that I was just unaware of. Like, how did the conversation of anime go from fun to now wishing death threats upon people? Like, what? Like, I don't know if it's something in our food, constantly being on the internet, unable to literally tell the difference from what's on screen compared to real life, current generations being socially underdeveloped, unable to communicate normally. Like, I just don't remember this shit growing up. Like, what makes you hate someone else's anime take so much that it makes you dox that person wishing someone would unalive them? I just can't imagine, and it's just a symptom of a sick society, or at least a fringe group that just imposes themselves on everybody else. But I'm glad Chibi is pulling through. He's staying strong, and I'm glad to see it, man. It's a sign of resilience and strength to be able to maintain being the person who he is today, just, you know, still enjoying talking about anime. And, you know, kind of, I can just only imagine the amount of stress being weighed on his head for the longest. Like, when I heard he got doxxed, I was like, wow, like, these people are just truly evil, like wishing the worst. Like, this is some villain in, you know, the worst kind of movie type shit. And the fact that he's pulled through is definitely a testament to his will and his strength and his fortitude and just resilience. And I'm glad that he like is still who he is and he hasn't let it change him for the worse. So man, definitely shout out to Chibi. And I'll leave a link to his GoFundMe for his lawsuit in the description, because listen, man, consequences in modern day people are just not used to due to a coddled society, but very necessary nonetheless, because people need to learn this behavior is sick and evil and it shouldn't be tolerated, man. So yeah, but that's all I had for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. If you haven't already, check out my music on Spotify, link in the description. If you love those Samurai Champloo lo-fi Mulla boom bap vibes, then my music is definitely for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Free think. Peace.